adopt a
But that you would, or you could.
Well,
You've got a good point
Oh.
there.
but we can't do that without going through the proper procedure.
Kelsey, this is Mike.
Yep.
We've gone through this 2 times already. And we put it up for sale, we've advertised it, we've done everything we can to try to get that building sold. We're giving everybody a chance to take advantage of that opportunity. Isn't there some way that we can transfer our commitment to her and, so that she can qualify for this June 8th, let's see, well,
Tax credit.
tax credit on June 8th?
The short answer is no, not to my knowledge. So I understand what you're trying to do by phrasing it as a commitment, but we can't commit to sell something without going through the procedure. We still have to have the public hearing, let the public weigh in if there's any objections, etc. We can't enter into a contract saying, yes, we will sell this without going through the procedures that are required under Iowa Code 331 to sell property.
Couldn't we come back and say this is an extension of, we've been in the process of selling it, of the previous 2 public hearings?
No.
We never closed it out.
Was that on the agenda for today?
No, but we have a meeting tomorrow. We could do something then.
I would have to look at that. I off the top of, shooting from the hip, I'm not comfortable with that, no. What time's your hearing tomorrow?
We have a 9:15, but
I mean, we as supervisors have given, given the public 2 chances to pick this building up. And
Yes, and I understand that, but the law requires that your proposal be set forth in a motion, and you have to publish notice of the public hearing on that specific proposal. This is a brand new proposal. It doesn't fall under any of the prior proposals. We still have to publish notice of a public hearing for this proposal. I'm looking at this code section right now.
I know where you're coming from, but
Yeah.
all right, is there a legal way of the 3 of us making a commitment without having a proposal?
Not to sell property. I mean, it's a commitment.
This is Beth. Is this a 4 and 20 requirement, or how?
Say that again, I'm sorry, Beth.
The requirement for publishing.
Yeah.
I mean, this obviously is gonna be a boon to Forest City and to the county. And really, we would use the old cliche, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Not only would it be a boon to the county, it would relieve us of having to spend a considerable amount of money to get rid of the building.
Yeah, but that'll be eaten up in the 102.7 if they're short.
Yeah.
And the only way I would support it is Scott still out there?
Yes.
What was the estimated cost of demolition?
At best, I could call it guesstimate, but I think Kevin and I had agreed to putting 80,000 into the budget.
That's the number I remember. And that's the amount that I would possibly support. Either way, the county was gonna be out that 80,000. I mean, and I think that Forest City could probably step up and make up the rest, which is only 22.7 after that, so. Because most of this, I mean, this development is in Forest City, so it's, and instead of spending 80,000 to tear it down, we're gonna spend 80,000 to have it go on the tax rolls. So there will be some future revenue.
part of this would be, the payout would include, they would have to mitigate any remaining glue in the floor for the asbestos, and there's the 1 door, I think, to the boiler that has some asbestos in it. So they would be responsible from here out of any asbestos left in the building.
Kelsey, is it your opinion that this can't be done by June 8th?
Correct.
Okay,
Kelsey, if we were to what's your official publication, the Summit and the Tribune,
No,
Buffalo Channel?
Graphic in the
Okay.
Buffalo Center Tribune.
it's the Graphic and Buffalo Center paper. Lakeville
Okay.
Graphic.
So it has to be published not less than no more than 20 days before the hearing.
Well,
So forget, if there was any miraculous way to get into Wednesday's paper, that would give at
we can
least
get
4.
into Lake Mel's paper. It's Monday.
well, I mean,
Yeah, that's not gonna give you 4 days, though.
it could be said that, you know, if this is gonna be advantageous for the county and the city of Fort City, that it'd be safe to say that none of us would vote against that.
It won't satisfy the tax credit
Yeah.
requirements.
Can
Beth,
we put
is
this
it,
on the agenda for tomorrow as well?
we don't have it on the agenda for tomorrow yet.
That's right, that, could we?
It's easily put on, yes.
Okay. Because this gives us 24 hours advance. I imagine tomorrow's agenda will be coming out soon.
We'll just put it on tomorrow's agenda. Is that okay?
We gotta know what it has to say to
Yeah.
make it official.
Yeah,
Let me finish, please.
we'll do some checking. Kelsey, are you available if we were to call you today?
Yeah, today I would be. I have court tomorrow, so I don't know what time you're planning on putting it on the agenda, but I would like to be available if possible.
What time do you have court? Do
Uh,
you know?
I can look here.
Tomorrow for us is gonna be a call-in meeting because, the election day. So we
Right.
could do a call-in later in the day, once you get this figured out today.
Later, I know later in the day would work. My court's in the morning.
Okay.
Does that work
Let's
for you
see
guys?
what we
I
can,
guess,
Absolutely.
what's the plan for tomorrow? I mean, to put
We're
a
going to
proposal
see-
together to get it published, or?
I would just say we put it on the agenda that we are gonna discuss with possible action, ways in which we can, handle this, the ex-sheriff's office. We can word it to where it covers the basis, let's put it that way.
okay. I'm gonna see what form the state would take.
Well,
So,
if you work on that for the next hour or two, and then we get it sent out, by noon or whatever, for a meeting in the afternoon, that would probably work, to get the right wording.
okay. I'll work on that. Thank you. Do you guys have any other questions on this project?
No, I've been in the building. It's not pretty right now.
No, but it could be,
Yes.
or it will be.
I
Thank
was-
you.
I was surprised the main core of the building was in good a shape as it was. It was just the annex that had most of the mold.
Yeah. All right, well, we will touch base with you all later on or else, tomorrow. But I'll get back to you on that, okay?
All right.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you very much for your time today. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to working on this project in Forest City. Thank you.
Thank you, Kristen.
Yep.
Kelsey, would you wanna word that motion for us? Well, that's what you guys could come up with.
Today,
Well, we gotta get it on the agenda if we're gonna talk tomorrow.
I mean, what the agenda item would be, or
Yeah,
I think,
They're
Beth
gonna
is
discuss
working on that. They're gonna discuss that.
Beth's gonna get a hold of the tax
Okay.
credit people and find out what's required.
Yeah, because I'm not 100% sure what you guys are doing. So I can talk to Beth if she gets a hold of me later and go from there.
She may find out there's.
Yeah, then she may find out we'll be able to do nothing, so.
Or
Right.
We'll just give her, they just bought 24 hours is all. Okay, anything else on that? Scott Miners, engineer, will discuss secondary road matters.
Morning.
Morning.
I had a couple things to let you guys know. Of course, you remember Mark Kroll retired a couple weeks back, and so we are posting a job this week in the papers for our Buffalo Center shop. Way that worked out after one person moved machines. The shop will be located in Buffalo Center, running a snow route out of there in the winter, and then working on our dirt and bridge crew in the summer. So we will be posting that in the next couple of weeks. It's on our website and Facebook, and so looking for a good pool of applicants for that. So,
Please receive, Carla.
Yes, please.
if you know of anybody interested in a job with the county, be sure to point them our way and have them
What
apply.
is,
Is this truck or?
The route is an Oshkosh machine, a gravel route, and then summer would be on the dirt crew. So sometimes it would be manual labor, sometimes running equipment. Kind of a lot of mixed jobs for that crew.
What's the deadline on this?
It'll be posted this week and next week.
Okay.
The deadline escapes me, middle of June.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks from today, I believe. So, and then the other thing I wanted to know, we got some asphalt patching work going on today. Hopefully finishing up in the next 2 days for patch work. They're on R-74 between Highway 9 and Lake Mills, and there's an intersection on Highway 9 to Pilot Knob, and then some finishing work on A42 here going out of town toward Bancroft. Tomorrow and the next day, we'll be doing some railroad crossing repairs in Rake and Scarville.
Is there any work gonna be done on the, county portion of Rice Lake development, or not development, but out at Rice Lake?
They have done what we plan to do out there. There's
Okay.
3 patches they did out there, including one really bad one that blew up really bad this spring. And all that's been completed, so.
You know, what's the schedule down the road to get that resurfaced?
I think that's something we should really try to fit in the 5-year plan as we kind of go around the next time here and figure out what to do with it. It's really holding up pretty well for 20-year-old pavement, but it does need some maintenance or overlay, something like that in the foreseeable future. So that's something we should figure out, and it's a unique road network for the county, obviously, so.
But it does pull in good amount of taxes too.
Absolutely.
There's 40 homes out there that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's serving them well, and
Yeah.
I'm encouraged to see that underneath the patchwork we did, the base was pretty solid except for one localized area, so I think we can get by with, much less than reconstruction, so that's good.
railroad crossing by Rake, is that the one in town or the one out on the blacktop?
Going on, what do you call it, Gray Street or 498th, I think it has a few names, but yeah, that one kind of in town there right by the
Yeah,
park.
the main one coming into town.
Yep, it's in bad shape. It's been
Mm-hmm.
fixed and repaired many times.
It's getting hard to swallow.
Yeah, yep, we'll get her taken care of.
got sold on 40.
There's a stop sign there anyway, so you're going across it slow. Unless, of course, you want, sometimes the deputies like to sit right there, make people run that one. So.
That's not one you should run. None of them you should run, but there's plenty of traffic on that rail
And that
line.
Well, actually, I think years ago, I think one of the deputies sat there. It might have been, Steve. And they shot the train going through town. It's supposed to go 49 miles an hour, so it's the speed limit. And it was going 62 or 63 or something like that.
Didn't pull over the train though, I suppose.
He did not get them pulled over, but I think they did send in a thing suggesting that they, and I may remember it all wrong, but I thought I heard that through the grapevine once. Okay, anything else for secondary roads?
I didn't have anything.
All right, we're to number 5 then, discussion and possible action on personnel matters in the county engineer's office.
Yeah, I'm pleased to be before you today to let you know that Eric Highthecker is nearing his 1 year with the county. It seems like it's flown by. He's been a really great employee for the department, really good for morale and efficiency. He's shown that he can learn very quickly. He's kind of taken on projects and been the champion for those, and he is highly effective on his own and kind of running with projects. Today he's out with the asphalt crew, making sure that goes smoothly. So at his 1 year mark here, he has gone through aggregate technician certification and hot mix asphalt level 1 technician certification, which are 2 of the 3 that we require for the position. It's required for doing testing on asphalt construction projects, and so it is required, but it isn't easy. Those are pretty intense training, and it's required to pass an exam after that training, and he did very well through those. So at this point, we'll be recommending a raise for him at his 1 year mark, June 10th. I have a memo with me today. I sent that out to you guys last Friday.
This is all figured in your budget then?
Yes.
What's the third thing that certification that?
PCC, concrete, it's be required if we do a concrete bridge, which we don't have any plan for near future. If we do a bridge deck overlay, if we do a casting place box culvert, things like that, you're required to have it. So fortunately, we have the time to kind of let him get his feet wet with asphalt before we can dive into that. But most likely, we would have him go through that training in the late winter next winter.
Yeah. I'll make a motion to approve the pay increase for the technician in the engineer's office.
Second that.
Motion from Derby and second from Stendrud to approve the raise for Eric Highthecker, engineering technician, on his 1 year anniversary. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we'll move on to number 6. Consider for approval, Iowa DOT secondary roads budget amendment number 1.
Probably worth noting that this isn't an additional amendment. This is just the changes that the DOT requires that reflect the amendment you already approved. It's just one extra step that we always take after a local amendment to report it to the DOT. So it's been a couple of weeks since that was approved, so it was my fault in not getting it to you sooner. But
Well, we've already approved it. So we don't have to approve it again.
well,
This is the
Or you want us
DOT,
to?
the DOT
the
version.
DOT requires a separate approval.
Oh, I
I
see.
suppose we could do it at the same time, but I didn't have it ready at that time.
Okay, I'll make that a motion.
I'll second it.
Motion from Stendrud and second from Derby for approval of the Iowa DOT secondary roads budget, amendment number 1. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All right, we'll move on to number 7, consider for approval of public purpose resolution for retirement expense.
This is for a retirement plaque for Mark Kroll.
I'll make a motion to approve the public purpose resolution for Mark Kroll's retirement.
I'll second that.
It would be kind of inconvenient if we was to vote it down. I've already voted it.
Of course, it fits within the policy, so more of a formality.
Yeah.
I've gotten a kick out of him since he retired. He bought a blade, pulled behind his tractor, and he bladed his yard, then he went up and bladed the shop yard.
It's not gonna let those skills go to waste.
Yeah.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve the public purpose resolution for retirement expense.
They already did that. They motioned and Derby,
Oh, you guys did?
yeah.
Oh, that's right.
You asked for a vote?
Oh, yeah. That's right, then I said that. All right, it was on motion by you.
Yeah, no,
Terry, second by Sensrud. We'll approve the public purpose resolution for retirement expense. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Yeah, that's right, you guys did that, and I made color commentary. Should never distract myself.
Drink some coffee, Bill.
I had too much. I think I need to start drinking decaf. Okay, then, auditor's office will discuss drainage matters. What is she, 30
7511.
or 7511? Is she on there?
This is Chris.
Chris, we're ready for you.
Okay, thank you.
Carl, come grab those things from you
All right,
later today.
perfect.
Hi. Hi. I don't have anything. You guys got all the copies of that pre-construction
Yeah,
meetings?
yes.
Okay.
I didn't see anything in there. I talked to the engineer about that project, which was DD 11
Okay.
improvement. And I was talking, I actually called him about DD 1 repairs on the ditch. And he was discussing, is it possible to take clay material from the ditch
Yes, that's what they
and put
plan on
it
doing.
towards the other one?
Yes. And the contractor was asking me how close the projects are, and he's like, oh yeah, that'll be no trouble to do that.
It's
Yep.
Real good proximity there, just a
Yep.
few miles away. We can backfill what's sloughed.
And if the contractor's gonna get it to the site and Larson is gonna fix it, because Rick had already talked to Larson's about that. So that will
So
happen.
they get a lot of questions from farmers wondering when the level's gonna go down again.
Right,
They were
yeah.
so happy after it was cleaned, it was nice and low, and then all of a sudden,
right. So hopefully this will make it done. And in a couple weeks, it's gonna be a really, really big day with all the annexation and reclass hearings. I think there's 26 items on the agenda. So, but we're getting them all done. I can get them all built out this fall, so.
do we have time for other things that day? Do we have time for other things other than hearings that day, or?
I think there's just a couple other things on there for right now, but, yeah. And they should go pretty smoothly. The letters have all gone out and I've had very few calls from people. So hopefully there won't be a lot in the building.
I've had a few questions, but I try to explain to them where the annexations are, that it'll benefit them because.
Right.
Is that going to raise questions between the people in the two different districts?
Oh, the 11-1?
Yes.
No, I don't know what you're saying.
Well,
Saving
if
us
we're
costs.
taking clay from one district and bringing it to another,
They would have dispersed it somewhere else. So once they take the dirt, it's pretty much theirs.
perception.
I don't know.
Otherwise, it's gonna cost us money to bring,
Right, I
Right.
know, to me, it's an even swap, but,
Right,
um,
because in the one part where they're gonna dig the ditch, there's a lot of dirt to come out, a lot. So there's no way they could feather
will
that all out.
DD1 be paying them for the trucking?
Oh, I don't know.
That's what I kinda understood from the engineer,
Okay,
where the contractor
Yeah,
in
I
DD11 would be getting
I
paid
can
the
just
trucking
see
to get
a
it
couple
over there.
farmers calling me and say, how come this is happening, you know?
I don't know. That'd be up to you guys.
No, I know that, but, just wanna
Yeah,
take precautions here.
right.
Yeah, that's fine, I mean,
It's a bad thing about digging ditches through peat bogs, it always sloughs in.
to me, it's a win-win for both, but
Right.
One gets rid of it for free and the other one gets it for free.
As long as DD11 is not paying for hauling the dirt away,
Right, and I don't know how, I don't know how that,
to haul it in.
Well, they would have been paying to haul it away anyway,
exactly,
so.
yeah, they're paying to
Because
haul it
if,
in.
if there's too much,
Pile it in the banks.
But on some of that, there's too much to pull out, that they can't just pile it on the banks.
All right.
And it would be even too much to feather out, they said.
so if DD1 didn't take it, then they'd have to find a place for it,
yes,
Right,
okay? Then leave it as it is, and,
yeah.
it should be.
It shouldn't hinder anyone
okay?
or be any added cost to
Like you
anyone.
say, it's
I just
kind
wanna
of a win-win.
Yeah,
if I get called.
Yeah, I guess probably the one spot that's the deep cut is where they cut across in that last portion of the
Yeah.
ditch.
that's what it sounded like.
Instead of taking the long way, they're cutting through. Good.
No other concerns?
Nothing else for drainage?
I don't think so.
Okay, then we'll move on to open forum.
Did we have any protests in Forest City?
No.
There was 2 in Lake Mills.
Huh?
I drove through Lake Mills.
Oh,
in front
that's
of
what they
City
were,
Hall.
huh?
I think that's what it was. It was unclear what the signs really were telling me.
Not that I know of, but I didn't. We had
Well,
Jason's
well,
dad's
these-
93rd birthday party yesterday, so I was not in Iowa.
There will be this afternoon after the meeting here. There's a whole bunch of things I needed to Baumgart. Why don't you loop when you protest?
Well, at least you confessed
Yeah.
ahead of time.
What was I doing? You, open forum, right?
Sorry.
It's allowed under open forum confessions.
No. I'll take your big stack of stuff here.
Chelsea,
Yeah,
just make my insurance the same as last year.
okay. I'll email Brittany about it and she can.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. Morning.
Okay, consider approval pay application for Dave Randall Construction.
We I don't think I even brought it in with me. I showed it to y'all last week, but I need an formal approval.
I'll make that a motion.
I'll second the motion.
Motion Stenger and a second from Derby to approve the pay application for Dave Randall Construction. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Consider for approval semi-monthly county claims.
Motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Motion Stenger and a second from Derby to approve the semi-monthly county claims. All in favor, say aye.
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 I think there's something I stamped just recently. Might have got- Oh, it was Mark's, that's why I don't receive it.
stand adjourned then.
Okay.